responded to this, the Hong Kong way. And when you're low budget, when you're working with low budget as well, you don't have the luxury of doing 40 takes, a la David Fincher or what have you, just to get it right. So,
Although
again,
he says no bricks at the end, this guy, it's a random list of no-nos.
how is this helping him fight better or be more intimidating? Suiting up in his football equipment. I assume this is football equipment and not hockey equipment.
I think he is, yeah. Yeah, and Christie clearly has an penchant for freestyle rhyme.
but look at her. She even reacts here. What the fuck is this? So it's kind of she's reacting the way the audience would as well. And all of this, as we're talking about it, and I hope you listeners pick up on this as well. We're picking apart this movie. We're critiquing it, but still finding it fun. And we're able to put forth praise in an uneven movie from scene to scene, and overall it deserves its praise. And I always gather that you guys are that kind of way too, that a movie can come and go in terms of quality and still deliver overall.
Yeah,
it's definitely on the top end of her
this extra direction is great.
So bad. That acting is so bad. His missus' acting is terrible.
Especially, a football player's a wife or girlfriend or cheerleader, what have you.
Oh,
he's wonderful.
So bad.
But I call it wonderful, though. I kind of do, because it gets me in the right mood. The movie doesn't stray from its mood, despite it being multi-mood.
Yeah, it fits, to be fair to him.
But, wouldn't you agree, David? It's a good mix of, fun and praise, this movie as well,
Oh yeah.
Badness and praise or whatever.
Yeah, it's throughout the film, it's never anything less than fun and entertaining. There's never any sort of lulls. It always, it whips along.
Oh yeah, it's got a snappy pace too.
Yeah.
And you're continually delighted at the genre combo of B-movie, American martial arts, and the serial killer plot and the Hong Kong style within all that. Actually, having watched this movie fairly frequently lately because of the research, I don't. It's only the Hong Kong version that is boring and tedious, and I continually raise my eyebrows in this movie, and that's a sign kind of being genuinely surprised, and you're not always blessed with being genuinely surprised by movies, especially when you watch so much shit that I do.
Yeah, it slightly reminds me of a film called Silent Rage, starring Chuck Norris, which is it's the same mix, of martial arts and like a murder plot going on. Because I think it definitely takes bits and pieces from it. Yeah, not bits and pieces like scenes for scenes, but it's definitely kind of the same vibe going on. You get you get a nice mix.
All of this, by the way, not in the Hong Kong version either. So, did they just sacrifice them, Don Niam, quite a bit for Hong Kong version? I still loved him watching the Hong Kong version, which I did first. I didn't saw Undefeatable until recently. But so it's a testament to the stuff that was there was great, And but going back to Dom, he fondly recalls working with the stunt crew and living with Robin Shue at the time, who was shooting his scenes for Bloody Mary Killer at the same time, but they didn't have any scenes together. And because of the movie's reputation by fans who greatly enjoys, as we talked about, the cheese and horrors of the acts in the film, Niam is really fond of the fact that the movie turned out to be a sort of a cult classic over the years, and especially so since his it started to show when his scenes and the final fight scenes started to turn up on social media, and YouTube and MySpace and Facebook, and as a final tally on his bio while we watch Don Miller's his demo. He's got moves as well. Don logged some acting gigs on the likes of the LA Heat, the TV series, I believe, and tried to get projects off the ground, was a personal trainer, bodyguard, even managed a strip club at the time. But eventually, Niam left LA and headed for home, and nowadays he's established as a personal trainer and has developed a fitness-based kickboxing and kung fu conditioning workout called Nitro Kick. And he's based today out of Las Vegas, and we'll link to the Nitro Kick website in the show post to this commentary. A staple of movies, the demo. it can start. It can come at the start of the movie, or in this case, it's kind of a foreshadowing that our cop has moves as well.
I love how this guy comes in and says, "Yeah, lad, the martial arts is great and all, but stop fucking around, do some police work."
Yeah, but Mayor's riding my ass. It's that scene.
Yeah. Comes out with all the usual stuff, like
Yeah.
Does he even say 48 hours at some point as well?
You're loose cannons.
The Hong Kong version cuts out the solo part of John Miller's demo and just cuts into when his partners entered the room. Which, I don't know. Strange that Hong Kong movie couldn't bear having a martial arts demo in it, but whatever. And this scene as well, when he bumps into the girl who starts flirting with him, because he's nice here.
Yeah, it's like a different side to him.
Yeah, and he is sweet, absolutely. Very, a cunning character in that way, and I would like to think that it's kind of Don's real side that shines through a little bit there. His real sweetness, and I'm not saying, it's possible that he's an asshole in real life. Obviously not.
Just, I don't want to ever go out for steak with him.
No. So the Hong Kong version cuts into this, his next scene. And I was clearly not paying attention. I missed that this was Karen, the sister.
Her hair's different from when we first saw her, I think. I didn't notice it at first.
Obviously, we only notice it when there's actually the scene in the morgue. In a little bit, but maybe I wasn't paying attention. Maybe Godfrey wasn't telegraphing good enough, But
again, the stunt work is solid in this little scene.
We should touch upon Godfrey Ho a little bit. So why don't you go ahead and start that, Tom?
Okay, where do I start? Godfrey himself, prolific director, born in 1948, and started his career in films in the early 70s at Shaw Brothers, mostly working as assistant director of Chang Che, alongside young John Woo. Ho's inspiration to direct came directly from working with the aforementioned Chang Che. His first project is what seems to be a French-Hong Kong co-production entitled Paris Killers, a project he reportedly took over directing after his co-director couldn't handle it on his own. He met business partner Joseph Lai, legendary again, to begin learning how to sell his film, and a few years later, after Lai formed IFD Film and Arts, Godfrey joined the company to gain further knowledge about this aspect of films. Films involving Ho, the end of the 70s and early 80s in particular, involved a lot of Korean shot movies with Korean martial artist Hwang Jung-lee, which were mostly, I think, bits and pieces were shot by him.
Is that part of IFD's and ASO Asia's history that isn't really clear? They distributed a lot of already done Korean martial arts movies, but Ho has stated in an interview that they shot some stuff as well.
Yeah.
It's not of the cut and paste kind when they inserted, Richard Harrison into it. They were in Korea and shot movies like The Magnificent with Carter Wong and Chen Xing might be such case. But you also have a movie like Secret Ninja Roaring Tiger, which is an already done Korean movie with Hwang Jung-lee that they distributed IFT in that case, and Godfrey Ho got sole directing credit on that print. So it's always hard to nail down exactly what Ho did and didn't. In my opinion, and I think he didn't do a whole lot of full movies at this time. Every now and again, as you alluded to, that so some bits and pieces here and there.
Yeah.
But this period is when Joseph Lai and Thomas Tang were in company together before Thomas Tang formed the Filmark, the other sort of rival company.
Yeah, Godfrey was actually the one suggested to Lai to produce films at IFD using foreigners, and it was here the legendary and distinct output from the company began, with Ho himself directing over 80 movies.
Holy shit!
Between 1980 and 1990.
Let's stop here. I mean, the movie now we get to see the fucking results of the eye gouging, and it's crazy how different this movie turns out to be after you look at the cover. Oh, it's Cynthia Rothrock. It's whoa, and Cynthia gets to motor. It's not too bad in my opinion. It's it's a large reaction obviously, and why not? And I didn't feel this was forced.
It's fine.
Absolutely, but the thing is, what I would like to say is, cover her up, for fuck's sake, cover her up.
No, yeah, no.
Come on, let her go. Don't